live. Coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, everybody. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I believe the DNC will be here next month, right?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Go figure. Never mind. Yo, what is up, E-Money? What's going on, homie? Appreciate you being here. My son, my biggest fan. Or not. But anyways. So I am actually in...
It says waiting. Yeah, it says waiting for you.
I don't know why it does that. Not sure if I'm live or not.
No. Just keep it on.
You got a commercial?
Yeah.
Not sure if I am live or not live.
I think you are.
Am I just really that delayed?
Maybe.
I got people in the car here
Yep,
with
there
me.
you go.
All right.
But
I got people in the car here with me, and they're telling me we are on. So, all right, I wasn't sure if I was live or not. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes when I do it from my phone, it just messes things up. I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Met my wife here in Milwaukee, married here in Milwaukee, was born here in Milwaukee, had my first 2 kids here in Milwaukee. And my son is a Texan. So moved down to Texas back in 2007. And we come here about once a year to visit family that we have here and to just try and stay in touch. So I will be back home tomorrow. Thank God, because I am ready to go back to work. Things have kind of hit the fan at the house or back home as far as work is concerned. So I'm ready to go back and just get back behind the wheel and deal with business. But today's the last day of the month, so let's talk a little bit about how the month went. I don't really usually share too many numbers, but we can talk a little bit about the numbers for July because I usually do a little bit. So as far as number of cans and stuff like that, I used to do a weekly update, and those didn't seem to take off very well, so I probably won't do those. But anyways, if you're here, say what's up, let me know where you're from, and let's talk, because I got a couple things to talk about. There was a Facebook post the other day, and we can talk a little bit about that. There was a Facebook page post the other day. It was actually another video posted by a company who builds trucks, and they had done an interview with a dumpster company. He's a fairly new dumpster company, 7 months in the business, and the what do you call it? The thumbnail for the video was kind of clickbaitish. It was like it was like a brand new truck or good looking truck in the background with the owner, and then talking about he did $20,000 a month in revenue. And a lot of guys just really jumped down their throats because they're saying, no, it's only $20,000, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of negative comments. Let me just leave it like that. When, in fact, for those of you guys that have followed, that have been on YouTube for a while and followed the dumpster industry for a while, I'll never forget Jesse Mims. One of his top videos was actually a video that he had posted that he had made $20,000 a month. Or he had hit the $20,000 a month threshold, and it was one of his top videos. It was definitely a big video, and I think $20,000 a month, for some people, is a lot of money. I'm talking about top line revenue, not even profit, but it's a lot of money. And then for others, 20 grand a month. We all know there's a lot of expenses that come in the business, right? So 20 grand a month, it hardly even covers expenses when you think about it. I pay almost $2 grand a month just for insurance for my 2 trucks. I pay $2 grand a month for my yard. I paid a little over $3,000 for my international truck a month. I paid $2,500, almost $35 actually. I paid $2,500 a month for my Mack truck. So my overhead is a lot, a lot. And I'm sure that's where a lot of the negative comments are coming from. But I don't know, man. I'm just not really big into negative comments. Sometimes I don't have a filter and I jump back, which I kind of did, but I didn't appreciate the negative comments. They weren't on my page, so I couldn't have any control over it. But I just made one little comment, and the guy kind of jumped down my throat a little bit about it, and we went back and forth. And I don't know. I just don't like negative. Look, we're all in a boat together. Like, we are all dumpster guys, so we should really all kind of just help each other, motivate each other. But a lot of the guys that were on there were more like, they were kind of the people that just post all the time about how YouTube is killing the industry, and it's you YouTube guys that are really hurting the industry, giving out free information and all this other stuff. And then this guy attacks me because I charge a consultation fee for people to do a one-on-one consultation. First of all, I try to never really push that because I don't really like doing one-on-one consultations. Let's be honest. Like, a lot of times I have to fit my one-on-one consultations in the evening times. Usually around this time is the only time I really have available, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. I have to fit it in my evening times. I really can't do it during the day because I'm on the road, usually either doing dumpsters, doing investment properties, doing whatever it is that I do. So I take out my evenings, which is actually spent with my family most of the time, in order to do one-on-one consultations. And 90% of the times, guys, I'm just going to be 100% brutally honest with you, is that 90% of the time when I do a one-on-one consultation, the questions that are asked are questions that I already post out there. Like, I literally give away a ton of free advice on the channel. So a lot of times it's questions like, what kind of truck should I start out with? What kind of trailer should I start out with? And it's really, and I tell people, look, to be honest with you, my one-on-one consultations are mainly for are things that I pretty much already answered. So if you really want to know the answer to a question, go back, take the time, and watch all my videos, because I'm pretty sure you're going to find me talking about what you're going to ask about, more than likely. And that's fine. And a lot of people just don't want to spend the time to do that. They don't have the time, whatever. So they'd rather pay for a one-on-one. So this guy was just basically knocking me because I charge 150 or 175, whatever it is, for an hour consultation. Well, guess what? That's a 1 hour consultation out of my time. To me, that's what my time is worth. And I don't expect anybody to pay it. I really don't honestly want people to pay it. Like I said, I'd rather they not. That's why I really don't push it that much. I don't even advertise it. But a lot of guys, they, not a lot, but several people just do want to do it. And if they do, and if somebody charged me $150 or $175 or whatever it is, I don't even know what it is right now, because I believe I changed it a while back. But if somebody charged me when I was first starting this business $175, and they would told me, hey Josh, no matter what you do, don't do non-standard rails, or don't do a Lone Star trailer, get standard rails, or make sure you buy dumpsters that are dual hook, not just single hook, or make sure you buy 16-foot dumpsters. Don't buy the 14-footers, because if you want to scale, you probably can't, you won't be able to use those 14-footers more than likely. If somebody gave me that kind of advice for $150 or $200, I don't know, I think that's $175 or $150, but for that price, it would have saved me thousands of dollars down the road. And I would have gladly paid that. So, I got knocked on it for it. There's haters out there. I really don't care. He brought up the fact that in one of my lives, that I had talked about, I had a flat tire. Mind you, I just had a flat tire 2 days ago again. And that I paid an ungodly amount of money for a flat tire to be fixed. And that he could do it himself in his yard with minimal costs, for a quarter of what I spent, and anybody else would have, gone out of business because they spent so much on a tire. Well, listen, a tire is a cost of doing business. And I'm sorry, I'm not fucking mechanical. I don't do I never claimed to be good at mechanic. I've never claimed. Look, it took me 2 hours to put an antenna on my truck. Like, I don't do like that kind of stuff. That's just me, and I've been brutally honest. And people can talk shit all they want, but I'm the kind of guy that I have to pay for a mechanic to do stuff, because A, I don't know how to do it. B, I don't want to do it because it's 120 degrees out, and I don't have a shop. I don't even have a place to hide under the shade in my yard. And C, I don't know what else is there. I just don't want to do it. I don't do that. I'm not good at mechanical. I'm not good at stuff with my hands. I was just talking to a buddy of mine earlier. He asked me if I built a box around my generator. I said, yeah, the idea is great. I can easily probably build a box. It sure as hell wouldn't be squared. It sure as hell wouldn't look pretty. And I would probably start it, and then I'd be like, you know what? Let me call somebody who can do it a lot better. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it's better for us to just call somebody who knows how to do it than us try to do it, and then it costs us double or triple the amount of money in the long run. So anyways, I just had a flat tire 2 days ago, and it's funny because he just brought this up. But apparently, I left for Wisconsin on Saturday. I parked the truck on Friday. Everything looked good on Friday. And then Saturday, or on Monday, when my part-timer came to pick up my truck, actually when Kevin came in the Mac to pick up his truck, he called me and said, hey, just so you know, you got a flat tire on the International, on my tandem. And it was a front tire. Well, front tires, you can't patch a front tire. It's not, you can, don't get me wrong, but I guess it's not a DOT. It's a DOT violation if you get caught. It's unsafe to patch a steer tire. And most tire companies will not patch a front tire. So it was off the bead. If I could show you a picture, I would. But if it was off the bead, and so I had to call the tire company again. And the price for the tire, I still didn't even get the actual invoice yet. They came out, they told me between $1,100 and $1,300 for the tire alone, plus their service fee to come out, which is $300. That's a lot of money. But I'm out of town. Even if I was in town, I could probably take it off myself and take it somewhere. But since it's a front tire, I had to do what I had to do. And they were able to fix it, have it changed out, and have my part-timer on the road in a matter of an hour and a half, versus him being down the whole day and me losing out and not honoring my word as far as delivering dumpsters and picking up dumpsters and stuff like that. So it's either we take the hit and pay for it, or I spend the time trying to find a way to do it the cheaper way, and in the long run it's going to end up costing me more. So knock me for all you want, Mr. Homie who's watching, who says he doesn't watch my videos but calls me out on me spending too much on a tire. If you're watching me, you're not a hater, brother, you're a fan. So whatever, or whatever it is, don't hate on me and then watch me and then talk shit about me in those groups. But anyways, I'm past all that. That did bother me, don't get me wrong, that did bother the shit out of me. So let's look at some comments here. What is up, Mr. Thibodeau? Turtles, what is up, brother? How are you? My month started off great last week. Not so much, bro. It is that up and down and up and down and up and down. I can't stand it because some weeks we are just slammed. I mean, slammed. It's like, I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, business has always been, especially this one, has always been super bipolar. I mean, I don't know what other way to say it. Like 1 week or even some days, it's like, boom, we get 20 phone calls in a day. Like, every other phone call, if not every phone call, is either a booking or a swap out. And then next thing you know, I think last week I had a day where literally my daughter couldn't answer the phones that day. And I had 3 phone calls all day. And 2 of them were, what time is my dumpster going to be delivered? So it's just up and down, up and down. Today was one of those good days though. Today, phone call after phone call after phone call, swap outs, bookings, which is going to make my Friday when I get back is going to be just completely slammed. I get back tomorrow night. But my driver's out there right now finishing up in my tandem some runs. Speaking of truck problems, he picks up, that was 2 days ago, the flat tire. Then yesterday he picks up the truck and he calls me and he says, hey, you have a hydraulic leak. There's a hydraulic leak on the truck. There was no hydraulic leaks when I left. So I'm like, okay, what the heck, how is there a hydraulic leak? Whatever, it happens. And then he continues to operate like that. It's only when the PTO is on, so let's just do it quick. We have it's not a really, really big hydraulic leak, but there was a good enough leak. And then he's dumping at the landfill. He pulls out, and the brake chamber goes completely out. Stuff that probably should have been checked on when we did like our pre-maintenance. Like I send the truck gets checked every once a month from the mechanic. I have a really good relationship with my mechanic. I don't know how you can check on a brake chamber to make sure it's going to go bad. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that stuff. I had a limo company with 24 vehicles. I never did any of the fleet maintenance because that's just not my thing. I know where my strong points are, and I know where my weaknesses are. And my weakness is definitely fleet, maintenance or working on stuff, or even knowing about these things. Brake chamber. Can you guys tell me in the comments, like, is there something that I could do to check to see if my brake chamber is going to be going bad eventually or not, or should I be changing my brake chamber every so often? I don't know. So yeah, it's been one hell of a week. So he instantly took it to the mechanic. He was able to take it to the mechanic. We were losing air pressure because one of the air line hoses for some reason were going bad. I don't know if that's part of the brake chamber or not, but the airline, we were losing air, and got it all fixed, back up and running today as of 10 o'clock, 10:30 this morning, and he's finishing up runs today. Just nuts, man. It's been crazy. Again, what is up, Thibodeau? Glad you're here, my man. Circle and dumpster rentals and junk removal. What is going on? Glad you are here. So I am in the parking lot in, where are we? Sussex, Wisconsin. We are going to a place, which is kind of why I jumped on the live early. We have a reservation here at 7 o'clock. So because I missed last week, we had Biden talking last Wednesday. I didn't want to miss my lives 2 weeks in a row. I think I've been pretty damn consistent this year on my lives. I've only missed a handful of days, so I apologize for coming on early, but hopefully you guys, glad you guys are here with me. Let's see, who else we got here? Jesse Alonzo. It's knowledge you are sharing that can save people thousands of dollars. And that's what I hope so. Ultimately, I hope so. I get so many people that stop me, and that's, tell me that, they started their business, and I'm not doing it to pat myself in the back or say or be cocky at all. I get a ton of people that stop me and say they watch my videos from other companies. They're employees for other companies. Just the other day, a guy from another company, I won't say the company because I don't want to call him out, but he works for the other company, and he said, what's up? And he watched my videos, and he wants to start up his own business. That's the kind of stuff. That's the only reason why I do what I do. I love sharing information. I love helping people grow or people start out in my market. Again, DFW is so big. If I'm worried about competition, then I'm probably not doing something right. I'm doing something wrong. At the end of the day, I get it. If I was in a really small market, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, and I'm probably screwing up people that are in small markets maybe by offering them more or offering others advice or creating competition for people in really small markets. Again, in the DFW market, there's so much business out there that, first of all, if you're already in business, you shouldn't be worried about somebody just starting out. If somebody just starting out is passing you on or doing better than you are in business, well, then you're doing something wrong. Because if you've been in business, let's say for 2-3 years or whatever, even a year, all right, you've got a leg up on the new guy. Don't blame a YouTuber who's talking on YouTube because your business is going bad that, this new guy's coming in and taking up all your business. First of all, if he's taking your business, it's because you're not doing something right. It's because you're not servicing your customers, or it's because he's placing himself somewhere that you're not, right? He's advertising to more customers. He's offering a better service, offering a better price. I don't know. That's the way I feel. Like, I don't really ever worry about competition. I worry about my business. I don't worry about somebody else's business. I don't worry about what somebody else does online or what somebody else does on YouTube or any of that stuff. I worry about growing my business. And I do spend time coming on here. I do spend time making videos, trying to educate people, trying to help people out. And I mean, my whole reason for doing so is just because it makes me feel like I'm giving back. I'm 43 years old. I mentioned this probably 100 times on the channel, and pretty soon I'm gonna be 44 years old, and I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge that I can share, and what little bit I have, then damn it, I've created businesses, I've sold businesses, I've created and started multiple businesses throughout the years, and I've sold multiple businesses, not just one. So if I can help somebody else out growing their business, then so be it. Then that's what I'm here for. So I appreciate that. Vote Cornell West. Who's Cornell West? Probably junk. Who's Cornell? I don't even know. What is up, bro? You ready to go? Oh, Albert. Bro, I'm sitting here in the parking lot. We will go at 7. It's been a weird July. Okay, let's talk numbers. July. It has been weird. For me, it has been really, really good, though. I'm gonna be honest. We are up like 47% where we were last July. Um, Kevin just told me the other day. I still haven't looked at it, but Kevin just told me the other day that it was his 1 year anniversary about 2 weeks ago, working for American AF Dumpsters. So I had hired him right about middle of July last year, and we went to well, I didn't even go to two trucks full time because I didn't have my CDL until about October. So granted, I should be way more than I was this time last year, right? So 50% more, almost 50% more. I'm running two trucks now versus last year I was just running one truck. So definitely should be more up. But July, as of today, well, it's the end of July. As of today, I had 105 rentals. That is the most that I've had history of the business. I think the most I've had before that was like 88, I think was my highest number of rentals. So it's definitely a record-breaking month for us. And I do attribute that to just having more dumpsters on hand. I've been running some 30s and some 40s, which before this previous year, obviously, or this whole year, I haven't had 30s and 40s up until October or November of last year. And I attribute it to I haven't changed any of my budget. I've added dumpsters to my fleet. I've added 40s, and I have not increased my ad spend. So I haven't increased any Google advertising, and I'm increasing in revenue. And I'll tell you what I count that to. I count that to a little bit better on organic results, organic search, whether that be SEO and or more than likely it's more so the map pack. I think my Google My Business is really starting to pick up. So I attribute it more to that than anything else. I also attribute it to just return business. I have a lot more return business now, and that only comes with time, y'all. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. That only comes with time, because sorry, I'm getting messages here. It only comes with time. So referrals. You've got contractors that are constantly using us now more and more and more. They trust us. They're using us as they grow their business, as they get more projects. Then they're using us for more and more projects. Specifically, one in general that I know that has been using me a lot for all their properties, and they do multiple flips throughout the DFW area or throughout Dallas. They're using us more and more. So I don't need to really spend more ad to get more bookings, if that makes sense. So what else? So yeah, so basically 105 rentals. What did that come out to? 105 divided by 12, that's like 26 on average. Is that good? Is that bad? For me, that's really good, because our area is so big. I don't have a very dense. Lou and I, a buddy of mine, CFL Dumpsters, were talking just the other day about dumpster density. What is your dumpster density? I've never really thought about it that way. But what is your, as far as where you place your dumpsters, how far is it from from point A, or from the farthest dumpster to the farthest dumpster, right? From what is your radius? And mine is right around 60 miles. It's 30 miles either way from my yard. And sometimes and then some. Just really depends on where a customer calls. Far north from me is where the real money's at, in my opinion. So what do I mean by that? I'm just south of Dallas. Dallas is obviously a good market for me, but then just outside of Dallas, north is going to be like Denton, Plano, and they book a lot of dumpsters up there. And I don't like going up there, but that's where the customers are calling from, and I don't like to say no. So instead of saying no to a customer, we do charge them mileage. We do charge them extra time, and they're willing to pay for it. So because of that, I'm willing to take it up there. So 25 to 30 dumpsters is probably going to be my max with two trucks per week with 6 days, unless I start going more. The only way to increase that, let me tell you how I can increase that, is by having a full-timer possibly, or even a part-timer at night dumping. When I have a part-timer at night dumping, because again, we have a 24-hour landfill by us that we can use, if I have a part-timer dumping, then that can really make things more efficient and just keep my day times for deliveries and pickups. And then if I have enough cans where I don't need to dump and then deliver, which lately we have been doing that a lot because we haven't had enough cans, is to have a part-timer at night dump. I can be more efficient that way without adding more trucks and more cans. So that might be in the future. I don't think that'll be in the future for this year. But I take that back. I do use my part-timer very irregularly, probably once or twice every other week, to come in at night and dump for us because we're getting too far behind. We've got 4 or 5 cans in the yard if we can bring them back to the yard full. What else? Let's see. Who else do we got here? All right, I got a message held for review. Let's hide that one. That one is someone trying to sell me service. Thibodeau says it's been a weird July, man. Let me know why. How has it been a weird July for you? I hope weird in a good way, but definitely probably up and downs. Liberty Benz, Liberty My Home. What is up, Liberty My Home? So Liberty My Home, Mike with Liberty Benz. I am going to be having on the channel here probably in the next couple weeks. While I was up here in Milwaukee, I did decide to make it a business expense or business travel. Not really. But I did this. I reached out to Mike. Mike was very accommodating and said I wanted to talk to him about his business and kind of see his setup and his operation. And Mike was generous enough to let me meet him up in, Muskego, Wisconsin, to do a one-on-one with him, kind of talk to him a little bit about his setup. Great dude. I really liked meeting you, Mike, and we had some good conversation. I just wish it wasn't wish we had more time. Over a couple of drinks would have been nice too, a couple beers, but good dude. Great setup. I wish you nothing but the best, man. Nothing but success, brother, because you are what happened? Oh, I wish you nothing but success because your setup. I wish you, and I love your house. I love your location. Like I told you, your property was super cool. So, wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully, you can get that house done by the winter time. Circle and Dumpster Rentals says send them my way. I'm up in Sherman and go as far as George Bush. Oh, I cannot stand going up there, man. Circle and Dumpster, send me a message, man. Send me a text. And matter of fact, if you're in my area, you should be coming to my network meetings. I'm not selling anything in our network meetings, but it's really cool for us to be able to meet people in our area, and we do push business to others in the group. So definitely, man, come out to our luncheon. We do a lunch once a month. And if you're not in our area, you should probably set up something like that in your area because it's really beneficial. We have a group text message. It blows up though sometimes, but a group text message, I think there's about 12 of us in there right now where we just kind of go back and forth. Anybody has a question, we give each other heads up when there's a DOT around or the troopers sitting outside of the landfills. It's just super helpful to have a group of individuals in our area that really help each other out. So if you don't have that kind of group in your area, set one up. If you're in the DFW area and you do dumpsters, you should be in our group. Plain and simple. Just come on out, and it's free to come out. We're not charging anything. Good networking group. Daniel the Dumpster. What is up, Daniel? Man, I missed your live again last night. As soon as I got on, or I just looked and I had just missed it again. So sorry I was not on your live, brother. I appreciate you being here, man. And yes, we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are doing the whole vertical thing because I don't know. I didn't know how else to work this thing. I was even surprised I was even able to go live. It took a little while. It never works for me. But anyways, we were talking earlier about some issues and with my trucks and stuff like that. It hasn't been fun. 105 rentals for the month of July, though. I'm happy with that. But I'm hoping to crush that because when I looked at last year's numbers, August, September, and October were even higher than last year's July. Again, I added a driver, so we will see how those numbers go. But I'm hoping to go 110 to 120 plus in the next couple months. So looking forward to it. But it's been pretty good over here for July. Gerardo, what is up, man? Love your content. Which insurance company do you recommend for commercial auto insurance? All right. I use State Auto Insurance is who I use. They're not the kind of company that you can just call and get an insurance policy for, you have to get a broker. A commercial broker has to underwrite your policy. So I use a company called Goosehead. Would I recommend them? I don't know. They're very what's the word? Not it's just all automated. You're literally just you don't pick up the phone to call anybody. I think it's a lot of online emails. You might be able to pick up the phone, call somebody. I don't know, but it's very automated. It's not very personable. Every other business I've had in the past, I've been able to pick up the phone and call my insurance broker, and I had a personal relationship with him. Matter of fact, I still remember the guy that was my insurance broker for my first company, my first security business here in Milwaukee. His name was Bruce. Remember him? My wife's here sitting next to me. Yeah, Bruce. I knew his number by heart. I would just dial it, and always picked up the phone. I had issues. Sometimes I had lots of issues because it was a security company. We were getting in fights probably once a week. We had canines. We had security squad cars, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I had to have a personal relationship with my insurance broker. But super good guy. I should hopefully, I don't know, should give him a call one of these days. But and then my limo company, I was always able to call my insurance broker and stuff like that too before then. But Goosehead, I can't. I have nobody. Every other week they send me, or every other time they contact me, there's a new agent in charge of my file or something like that. Not very personal. However, it gets the job done. So to answer your question, long story short, I use Goosehead Insurance to be my insurance broker, and then they have to underwrite it through State Auto. A lot of guys also use Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive quoted me substantially higher than I got quoted through Goosehead and State Auto, so I went that route. I also expect that once I have my CDL for 3 years, hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of discounts. But I don't ever see insurance going down, ever. I always see insurance go up, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. They have always said that once I have my CDL for 3 years, it would definitely. Sorry, someone's walking up to me. I was always told that once I had an insurance company for 3 years, my CDL, that the insurance should go down. So, anyways, where are we at? Let's see here. Appreciate all the info, boss. Gerardo, do you have general liability insurance as well? Yes, I have general liability through Next Insurance. Next Insurance, I have a link on the website. If you go to www.americanafdumpsters.com/YouTube. You can't go to it from the homepage, but you can type it in, americanafdumpsters.com/YouTube. There is a link for Next Insurance. If you go on there and quote it, it'll take you right to where you need to go for dumpster general liability. It's very inexpensive. I believe I have I don't believe I have a $1 million insurance policy that covers, basically general liability. It basically covers if somebody was to, I don't know, fall off of your dumpster for some reason and bust their head or whatever. It would cover that kind of stuff. It doesn't cover anything with your auto. It doesn't cover, I guess if you damage someone's driveway, that should cover it with a dumpster. But yeah, it's well worth it. Very inexpensive, and a lot of times when you have a big contract coming up or something, they will ask for general liability. You can literally go right onto the Next app and then type in all the information, and it'll send the person a certificate of insurance instantly without having to go through your insurance broker. So really nice to have. Let's see here. Texas Pro Dumpster Rentals. What is up from Mansfield? What's going on, man? Again, you're local, man. Come on out to the luncheon, dude. Let's meet us in person. We don't charge anything for it other than you pay for your own meal wherever we go, and we just like to talk. So every second Wednesday of the month, we meet somewhere in DFW and just talk trash, man, in person. So it's kind of nice. Abigail, does it cover dumpster fires? I don't know. I don't think so. I would not. I don't know. It's something that we might have to look into. Because in order for it to cover a dumpster fire, it would have to cover it as an asset, right? And you don't really tell them your general liability, like your assets, how many dumpsters you have, anything like that. There are insurance companies out there that will insure your dumpsters, each individual dumpster. And if you guys know the name, Marine Auto, I believe, might be one of them. If you guys have any idea of any other names, let me know. But I do know there's several insurance companies that do insure dumpsters. So you might want to look into it, or hopefully somebody in the chat can answer that question for you. I don't insure my dumpsters. Again, if there was a dumpster fire in a dumpster, which it's not about if, it's about when, right? Everybody always says it's not about if you fall off a motorcycle, it's about when. So it's not about if you've had a dumpster fire, it's about when. Luckily, I haven't had one yet. However, when it happens, I think that, I just have to eat the cost. Maybe charge a customer for sure if they were liable, or if there was their responsibility or their fault. But just sand it down, spray it, paint it back up again. And I mean, this, unless it's really, really bad structurally, it should still be okay. So it would probably just, eat it as cost of doing business and move on, instead of having to pay, who knows, over time, how I have no idea what it would cost to insure 35, 40, 50 dumpsters, or even 10 dumpsters. I don't know if they charge you per the dumpster, or per month, or what. But when you think about it, is it really worth it? I don't know. It would probably cost you no more than $2,000 to get it sanded down and painted, I would imagine. Maybe $2,500. And that's if you don't do it yourself. Like me, I probably wouldn't do it myself. Right? Let's just be honest. Like, I probably wouldn't. I probably would have an idea how to do it, and then I'd probably start and then realize it's a lot harder than I thought. And then I'd probably be like, yo, call somebody who does it for a living. Let's see here. Thanks, boss. Just got into business in Houston. Any recommendation? Oh man, there's lots of recommendations. Recommendation number 1 is watch all these YouTube videos. A ton of education on here, a ton of information. And again, it's not about copying somebody on how they did anything. It's about taking little nuggets in and out of each person's video, not just mine. You got Daniel the Dumpster Helper on here that's got some great information on his channel. You've got Rolling Ops. You've got a lot of other guys out there, Joe Maxco and all these other guys out there that you can get a ton of information from. Watch all these guys, spend the time, take notes, put it on, 2x. Sometimes I ramble a lot, so you probably want to go, 2x speed on YouTube and fast forward a little bit. But you can take little nuggets here and there. I'm saying go and copy anybody, because if you copy anybody, it's never going to work out. You've got to get from your point A to your point B, not by following somebody else, how they did it. Because that'll never work. You've got to do it your own way. However, you take little nuggets and you take little here and there, little information off of YouTube videos and network in your area, and I guarantee you that you will learn a ton of information that you wouldn't, that would save you, again, thousands of dollars down the road on things of what not to do, even. So I got a video coming up about 5 things of what not to do in the dumpster and rental industry. Basically mistakes that I've made myself, that I want everybody to, like, hey, here's a heads up, try not to do this. Will this mean you're not successful? No, but it would mean, you'd have a lot less trip and falls probably in the end of the day. Everybody here yet?
Nobody.
Nobody's here yet. All right, you guys are late. Albert, if you're watching, you're late, homie. You got 2 minutes to get here. We're supposed to be here at 7 o'clock. Circle Dumpster. Wait, who's been doing this? Let's see. I go to a few network events around Mansfield, Burleson, Fort Worth. I'd be down to come to your networking. Yeah, man. I mean, what's it gonna? It costs you a lunch, and you meet, between, what do we got? Normally between 8 to 10, maybe even 12 dumpster guys that all talk business and all get along, and we all see each other's equipment and setups and stuff. Super, super interesting, super cool. And we throw each other business. We throw each other business when there's something in Fort Worth, when there's something in my area, when there's something out in, I don't know where, a couple other areas. We just throw each other business when we don't want to go, or it's too far for us. So again, not just for the people in my area, but if you don't have a networking group of just dumpster guys, try to network with dumpster guys. Like, again, I've said it several times, but when my truck has gone down, I've called one of the other guys. That's why I also get dual hook, because one of the other guys with cable pull can easily pull my dumpster, and he helps me out. And I guarantee you, I just saw he got some dual hooks for his truck. If his stuff goes down, I will be there to help him out as well. Abigail says, I've been doing this for about 3.5 years, had 2 fires in 1 month. Yeah, that sounds about right because when it rains, it pours. I'm sorry to hear that, but that sucks. How much did it cost? Were you able to fix it yourself, or how much did it run you? Who did you say your insurance broker is? Goosehead Insurance, right? Goosehead. Goosehead Insurance. You can call the 800 number. What's nice is that if you ever need their insurance right away, or what is called your ID card, your insurance ID or whatever, you call 800 number, they instantly email it to you. Also very automated. But if you need them to do any kind of customization to your account, it takes several days because you have to email them, then they have to route it to the right department, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really a big fan of how impersonal they are, or impersonable the business is, but it's a very, very, very big insurance company, so I guess that's what they have to do. He was feeding his dog and missed it. No worries, man. No worries at all. I've seen you use DRS. What do you think about Docket? I don't have anything bad to say about Docket. I think Docket is very comparable software. I think at the time when I was using Docket, they didn't have the features that I wanted, and that DRS did. So I switched over from using Docket to DRS, and I love DRS. I am 100% loyal to DRS. They are great. Docket has since really changed the way they do business. They got bought out by a they were bought by I don't know what's it called, like a bigger company who's invested a ton of money into Docket, and now they have a ton of features, and they are really pushing hard on the software on the dumpster side. So I think both softwares are very, very good. I would highly recommend either one to you. I would just recommend that you do a demo with both of them and see which one suits your needs more. They will also be at the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase in November 11th and 12th at Keystone Waste Solutions. We are doing that show. So we have a big keynote speaker coming up, and I have not finished doing the clues, so I'm going to hold you guys off for one more week before I let you know who that keynote speaker is going to be. I will let you guys know next week's live who that keynote speaker is going to be, but it's already confirmed. It's pretty cool. It is a well-known, and I'll give you a couple of hints here that we've already put in the Facebook group, but it's a well-known author who has redefined how we see, how we handle our finances in our businesses as business owners. So if you guys have any, if you guys have any ideas or guesses who it might be, put them in the comments below. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. It's not no one huge. Like, I would love to have Mike Rowe or Tony Robbins. Unfortunately, they're a little bit out of our price range. I did not realize how expensive some of these speakers were to come out. So these guys are crazy. I think we're all in the wrong industry, and we should all become like keynote speakers, because it's insane. They make more than my house is worth sometimes in 1 hour speech. But anyways, we'll move on from there. I got to get going, guys. I'm going to go over a couple more comments real quick. Where do we get the info on the networking? You said, so it's every other Wednesday. Just shoot me an email, josh@americandafdumpsters.com. I don't really, there's no really to post it or advertise it, because it's nothing that we charge for. It's just, we're in a group. So the next time you shoot me an email or a text message, once you shoot me an email, I might give you my cell phone to shoot me an email, and to shoot me a text, and I'll add you to a group that we can just let you know where we're going to meet up the next time. If you miss more than 2 meetings, if you miss 1 meeting, you owe everybody a round of drinks. If you miss 2 meetings, I don't know, you owe everybody lunch. I don't know what it is, but do you know of any networking? No, I don't know of any other networking groups in any other cities. I'm sure, I mean, there may be some. I'm not sure if a lot of guys, they see each other as competition, and versus us little guys versus the big guys, right? That's how it really should be in my eyes. So us little guys all versus the big guys. So a lot of guys won't network. We are a 3-man show, so my husband and dad flipped it over fixed the warping, sanded it down, and painted it. The paint was a couple hundred, nothing too bad. 2 cans down, and was the toughest thing. Yeah, yeah. If you could do it, absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna save yourself a boatload of money versus having somebody to sand it down. It's not that hard. I mean, as long as it's structurally okay, sand it down. Maybe even you can even buy one of those the actual sanders that blow sand. What is that called? They like blow sand. Air sander, I don't know, and then paint it up, you know, with a can of spray paint or can of paint. What's up, boss? Jack of all trades. What is going on, Jack of all trades, man? Nice to see you here, brother. I am just about done. I started early today. I've got reservations 5 minutes ago, so I'm gonna go inside here in a second. Sandblast, that's it. Abigail, thank you. Sandblast. Daggone it. And then trail, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, you sandblast. It'd probably be easier. You can probably buy a sandblaster from like Northern Tool for like under $100 even, and then just spray paint it. I would imagine it's pretty simple to do. Love Keystone Solutions. Got my dumpsters from them. Absolutely, Keystone is. I really do appreciate the guys over at Keystone. Both Bram and Don are awesome to work with. So I really appreciate how easy they are to work with. So what's up, 10 Point? I appreciate you being here, man. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call this one short, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Been on here for almost an hour, 46 minutes. Don't forget the Dumpster Rentals 101 Facebook group if you're not on there. Don't forget the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase in November. Actually, today's the last day for early bird pricing. So if you haven't gotten the Lone Star tickets for the show, tickets are going to double starting tomorrow. So you might want to pick up those tickets. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's still going to be cheap as hell for what you're going to get. So with that, guys, I am out. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. We will see you guys next week. Stay tuned for that that video with Liberty Bins. I had a good time talking to him about business. So see you guys.